What's up, guys? Just wanted to document my recipe here for my bulk substrate. I've got my BRF cakes chilling in a little bread box over here. They're just about ready to be birthed, so I'm going to end up shredding those and putting those to bulk, and wanted to show you guys what I was putting together here. So we've got essentially two jarfuls. These are 1 liter jars. 2 jarfuls of vermiculite over here. I've got 500 grams of coco coir, which I have a huge brick of and had to use a hacksaw to get it all chopped up, but weighed it out on the digital scale. Got roughly 500 grams. Shouldn't be too bad if it's off. And then I've got a cup of plaster of Paris, which is calcium nitrate, I believe. And then we've got 5 liters of water that's going to be added to the whole mix here. So we're going to take 5 of these, and we're going to get that going in a pot here, and we'll boil it. Pretty crude measuring here, but as long as we're at field capacity at the end, that's all that matters, right? 3 more of these. Two more. I suppose I should learn how to do some video editing so I can edit the boring shit like this out. But this will be our 5th one here, and we'll go ahead and get this on the stove and get it boiling. Okay, so we got our water on the stove here. I'm just going to bring this to a boil, and then we're going to take our plaster of Paris, dump it in, so that it dissolves nicely and we don't really have to worry too much about getting it all mixed up in everything else there. So essentially we'll not watch this pot boil, and I'll come back once it's up and ready to go. Also, this video is not brought to you by Instant Pot. I bought this thing because I thought it would do my pressurized sterilization, and after purchasing it, I come to find out it will generally only max out at about 10 to 14 psi and not get to the desired 15 psi that you're supposed to get for sterilization. So I don't know, I might be able to cook some shit in there. So I mean, it's an upgrade to the crock pot I have, and it cooks rice, so maybe I can get rid of both of those things. Either way, no bueno. Alrighty, well, boiling water takes a while, so I'm bored. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what I've got going. So just kind of let you know, I'm a beginner to all this, but got quickly obsessed, and I had started here with some brown rice flour and vermiculite. And I actually bought these pre-sterilized mixes here because I didn't have a pressure cooker, and I needed to buy these type of jars anyways. So I found these on Amazon, and they were roughly about the same price as what it was going to be to buy the jars anyways. So inoculated these with some B+ and some golden teacher here, and they look like they're pretty much done here. So I'm going to go ahead and birth these. I'll probably do a separate video for that, but and then instead of putting them in just a shotgun fruiting chamber, just decided to shred them to bulk for my first grow, because why the fuck not? So we'll see how that goes. And then also I have up in my cupboard, there we go, I tried to sterilize these in that Instant Pot. So who knows how well this actually turned out. I figured, you know, I'm bored, I'm new at this shit, so I'll just try to figure it out and see what happens. And I don't know It's only been a couple days. I think I put these in on the 29th here, looks like. But those again are just some B+ there, and we'll keep an eye on them, see if they do anything. Over on top of the fridge here, I got 2 more. These are inoculated with Golden Teacher, but the kernels were pressure cooked for about a good hour, probably about 45 minutes. And then I drained them, and I also had a little bit of honey and coffee while it's boiling there, just to kind of give some nutrients to the grain there. And I covered the top with foil before I put it in the pressure cooker, but I didn't really put tape around it or anything, and I think that I actually got moisture in the top of these, right through the inoculation hole there. And when they came out, they really looked like there was a bunch of liquid at the bottom. It doesn't appear to be that way anymore, but not really holding out a lot of hope for those, but we'll see. Over here, I've got this, which was a pre-sterilized bag, a little injection port, and you can see that there's a little bit of mycelium growing down here at the bottom there, a little bit right here maybe, but then on the back, it's doing pretty good on the back. So give that about 3 weeks maybe, and it'll be ready to go to bulk as well too. So just trying to keep it out of sight for my cat, because he's an asshole and he'll fucking eat it, I swear. So just gonna pop that back in there, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Oh my god, why won't you boil? Boil faster. Alrighty, we're back, and I think that is boiling. Close enough anyways. So just gonna take our 1 cup of plaster Paris and get it into the water here, and I'm gonna let that dissolve in there. I need to get a clean spoon to stir that up. Get it nice and mixed up in there. A bunch of shit will lie down at the bottom if I don't. So just gonna let this come back to kind of a rolling boil here. After I cool it down by stirring it, that's not the point of stirring it, but stirring it just to mix up this stuff here. So I know there's a bunch of videos out here of probably the same shit that I'm doing right now, but I just want to document my process here, and not only will it be good for me to look back on and try to figure out dumb mistakes that I've made, and see improvements that maybe I make as I continue on this whole little hobby here, but maybe it helps out people who are just getting started to watch my mistakes, or to see the same thing that they see in other videos multiple times, and they're able to see whether or not I'm successful in this, and I have no idea if I'm going to be or not. In all actuality, I'm expecting that I probably will fuck up my first batch, and it will just be a waste of money, but I guess maybe not a waste of money, but just a learning experience. So we'll let this come back to a boil, and we'll go from there. Okay, that's back up to a boil here. So I'm going to take my bucket, got my cocoa core in there, and I'm going to take my 2 liters of vermiculite, dump that right in here, willy-nilly, however it goes. And then I'm going to take our hot-ass water and dump it into the pot. So, let's see if I can capture that. Not quite sure if I can. Whew. Hot steam. Okay, I just realized that I did the whole vertical to horizontal video thing. Sorry about that. That was dumb. And I'm doing vertical video like a retard, so sorry about that. Vent off. And basically we just mix that shit together. Take the lid. Seal it up. Two hands works better than one. And no need to shake it up apparently. At least not now. You want to let it cool down a little bit so that you don't have a whole bunch of pressure building up, which can cause the lid to just pop right off of there. So, lid's on. I'm going to let that sit for about 24 hours or so. And from there, I'm going to go ahead and transfer into a mono tub. And hopefully in 2 weeks, I'll have some shrooms. Alright guys, peace. Take it easy.